to delegitimize Joe Biden's election. 12 Republican senators and senators-elect say that they will reject the election results of swing states won by Joe Biden until an audit of alleged fraud is completed. They now have the support of the vice president. None of this has any chance of actually overturning the election. There was no widespread fraud, number one, but looks like it's being done to curry favor with President Trump and his supporters. And among the senators taking part is Ron Johnson of Wisconsin. And to his credit, he's agreed to join me this morning. Senator Johnson, welcome back to Meet the Press. So I want to start with this. Last month, you told a newspaper in your home state that you would not object to the Electoral College certification, quote, unless something surfaced. There have been 57 cases filed by the president or his allies. Not a single court has found a single instance of fraud or any of this evidence seen as legitimate. So what has changed to suddenly put you on the side of questioning the results of this election, sir?
Well, good morning, Chuck, and Happy New Year. Let me first respond on COVID. I think our greatest failure in responding to COVID is we've completely ignored early treatment. And we've actually vilified doctors who have had the courage to practice medicine and treat patients with widely available repurposed drugs. So I just have to point that out. We've utterly failed from that standpoint. To answer your question, I would ask that all your listeners, ask our critics to actually read the letter. One of the points we make is that we are not acting to thwart the democratic process. We're acting to protect it. The fact of the matter is that we have an unsustainable state of affairs in this country where we have tens of millions of people that do not view this election result as legitimate. We've just come off of 4 years where the other side refused to acknowledge the legitimacy of President Trump. And here we are again. And what we're saying is we need transparency. And you do not, when you're trying to investigate wrongdoing in elections, you don't have very much time. And so what we're suggesting is let's set up a commission as they did. I know it's a long time ago, 1877, but let's take a look at a bipartisan commission to organize all the allegations. Certainly what I did in my hearing. It was a 3.5-hour hearing. We barely scratched the surface, but organize the allegations. Let's take off the table the ones that have been explained, but also acknowledge the problem areas that have not been explained so that we can restore confidence in our election system. This is an unsustainable state of affairs right now. Yeah. And that's all we're saying is as long as somebody's going to be objecting to this and we're going to be taking a vote, let's propose a solution in terms of transparency, investigation with the commission.
All right, Senator, I want to quote Senator Ben Sasse for you, because what you're alleging is essentially you and your colleagues have created this controversy. So right now we are locked into a destructive, vicious circle in some ways, as you kind of outlined, which is you made an allegation that there was widespread fraud. You have failed to offer specific evidence of that widespread fraud, but you're demanding an investigation on the grounds that there are allegations of widespread fraud. So essentially, you're the arsonist here. President Trump is the arsonist here. You've started this fire, and now you're saying, whoa, look at this. Oh, my God. All these people believe what we told them because you didn't have the guts to tell the truth that this election was fair.
Chuck, this fire was started back in January of 2017. People like Mark Zaid, in his tweet, the coup has started, first of many steps, rebellion and impeachment to follow ultimately. This was started when the mainstream media dropped any pretense of being unbiased and actually chose sides during this election. This fire was started when you completely ignored, for example, our investigation of Hunter Biden. No evidence of wrongdoing there, and now we find out after the election, no, there is a fair amount of evidence to the point that we have a real FBI investigation.
Senator, all right, I've had enough of hearing this.
Listen, I've had enough of this too.
No, Senator, it is. You have spent the last 2 years
where Republicans and conservatives do not trust the mainstream media, and that is what has destroyed the credibility of the media and our institutions, and really
the destruction
shaking confidence
of
in
the
this election result. So I didn't start this.